Hey guys, welcome back. Exciting day today. It's spray season already, believe it or not. We just get out of the planter and it's time to spray. Some of that early stuff we planted first, getting really nice. This is actually gonna get sprayed today. Eric is doing corn. Me and Brody are gonna be spraying beans. So I don't know, is it a downgrade or an upgrade? I'm now spray tender boy. It's definitely a downgrade when it's gonna be really warm outside. But I have no problem with running spray tender. This was dead yesterday. Very inconvenient. Somebody left the lights on in the trailer, and I won't say who it was, but it was me.
So some of you guys might be wondering how the booms work with the terrain or contour of the property. They have sonar sensors on them, and all they're doing is detecting the surface below them, whether it's the crop canopy or the dirt. And I set the height I want the booms to stay off of that, and they adjust on the fly. And it's pretty simple. It's too nice, and it rides very smooth. Well, it is first post-emerge pass for corn. I am doing that. Brody is working with Chet in the other sprayer, and they are spraying first post soybeans. So you know it's going to turn into a race, but kind of an interesting day. We are obviously getting into edible beans this year, and that crop follows a corn field, or it's rotated in after the corn. And this first pass we have to adjust some of the chemicals we use because they will have carryover for next year when we want to plant edibles. We have to use Lotus instead of Callisto, for example. It's like Tembotrione versus Mesotrione. Anyways, going out, I am doing some AMS to condition the water. Water is our carrier now. I am done with 28% for the pre-emerge. AMS, hydrate, Roundup, Callisto or Lotus, and what's last? Oh, with the Lotus we have to add in some MSO, methylated seed oil. More adjuvants, you know, make everything work, get the tank really hot, try to melt the plastic off. So I am heading out to our furthest field west, almost to South Dakota, and that is going to be edibles next year, so we will be using Lotus instead of Callisto. And then it sounds like I'm going to another potential edible bean field next year. And then I might have to book it all the way to the east side of our field range, which is easily 40 miles apart from this first field. So there's going to be some road travel. But, as usual, I got the massage seat. I got AC, unlike last year. So we're riding in style. Now, you guys might have a lot of questions from what I just said. But I know what your most important one is, and that is correct. You can buy Big Sweet apparel on farmfocus.com. So now that we are in post-emerge, we quit using our flood nozzles on the sprayer and go to some Turbo T's, and then we turn on every single nozzle body, 20-inch spacing. But the nice part is I can start to use our Hawkeye system on this sprayer, which is that pulsating technology, and I basically tell it what pressure and gallons per acre I want to have, what tip pressure I want to have to control my droplet size, and for wind drift issues and whatnot. Even though it is very calm today, this is going to be a beautiful day for spraying. But I tell it those two variables and the nozzle that I am using, or the tip I should say I'm using, it then tells me my speed range. And so with the ones I'm running, I can go from 10 miles an hour to 15, and it'll pulsate faster or slower to make sure I'm still on rate and I'm still at the pressure I want. So that's pretty slick. I'm excited to use this again. Helps with spraying when you're trying to do headlands versus in the main rows. You can slow down to take your time if you got a lot of turns, and still know that you're on rate and you're getting good coverage. Well, this is a spot that was extremely wet this spring. Obviously not planted. We're going to spray through them because it's out in the middle of the field and we won't be able to get to it to mow weeds down later. Any edges of the field we will come back and try to mow. Now this here, that's where Duggo busted the wheel off of the planter, backing into the mud. And there's Duggo. I don't know if he showed that off or not. I never did watch that one, but now you guys know if you don't. Doug busted the wheel off the planter there.
We sprayed maybe about 90 acres so far. I was riding with Brody, or actually I was driving just to train Brody, and the dude's done literally probably over 200,000 acres at the previous farm, like sprayed in his career, which is a lot. I mean, the dude knows what he's doing. He's just had a nice exact apply sprayer, John Deere, so pull type he's never done before. But his one comment he made that there was a bunch of washouts from the massive flooding was, wow, this ride's smooth. And the booms don't bounce around, which is very true, very true. I guess I don't know no different, but anyways, he's getting used to pulling the sprayer instead of just sitting in it. I think he's doing good. It's just different. I am tender boy, so I got this next load ready. We're gonna mix up a 1,920 gallon load. He's got some in the sprayer yet, but before he starts on this 200 plus acre field, we're gonna give him a good shot. The beans are definitely doing very good out here. They look very nice. They're about this big, about 3-4 inches tall. We've got grass, we've got water hemp, and even worse than that, we've got a lot of volunteer corn out here. So this is the first year we were farming this piece. This corn out here from the previous renter all got extremely lodged, like it was flat. So there was just a ton of corn left out here. That is what it is, but we get to put clethodim in to take out corn. We gotta make sure the sprayer is level. We have not tested this Banjo flow meter that we got from farmchem.com enough to trust it. Don't know yet. So we will see how it does, I guess. Come on, reset. You ready for some water?
Yeah.
So we're using dry AMS to condition the water. We get that in, get the sprayer half full before we start putting the Enlist Duo in, clethodim parallel. I think that's it. Oh yeah, some Wrath too. That's the other one. Oh, silence at last. So loud. All right, blow the line out. So he has a clean unhook. Load it up with oh, gotta adjust the signal light. Brody! Load it up with another 128 acres, plus he had some on here. Oh, I mix up the next load and wait. It's a lot more peaceful having two tenders going. One in corn, one in beans, so you don't have to chase around to each other as much. This is about the most exciting part of the job right here. Filling chemical inductors. Biggest noticeable difference about them new tractors versus the old ones is it sounds like he's idling out there. You barely can hear it running. Versus the Cat and the 8430 that just you had to have them wound tight for horsepower and just no IVT to match how hard it's pulling. Just wound her tight, didn't ask questions. I'm basically out of water and I'm out of two chemicals. Time to go back. I think Randy's at the farm getting the chemicals ready before he has to go tend to Eric again. Go get him! Go get him, Brody! Get them weeds! Same old routine. Fill her up. Gotta leave Randy some water though, 1,500 gallons or so to hit his targeted acres that he wants to get done today in corn. We are reloaded. We're doing a little chemical swapping here just because we're using leftover and we're going to a different setup. So we had to add these 2 totes for 55-gallon drums. We filled these 55-gallon drums with a raft just because I need another tote in here, but I can't because there's a rod plus a pump plus plumbing. Need a bigger trailer. Need a bigger trailer. Who would think you gotta house so many different chemicals? What was ever happened to the day of just Roundup? I guess I can answer that. That would be Roundup resistant weeds, which we have a lot of. Eric's spraying the home place now. How is it going, Eric?
Pretty good.
Tractor working?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Transmission's all faulty again. Not faults, but
Jerky.
yeah, there's no eco mode anymore. It's full throttle no matter what. I took some pictures of the sensor screen. It failed some calibration, but I can't stop.
Look at the master chemist over there. Hey, make sure I got the right valve. It's not open. Which valve?
Right. Which valve? Can you double check that?
Yeah, I think you're trying to induct that one, right?
Yeah. I got that.
Oh, there's a couple over here too. Yeah, this is a one-of-a-kind trailer.
Even if you wrote it down, which valve does what each year, you'd never be able to figure it out.
You just gotta trace lines till you remember. So is the sprayer at least working?
Yes.
Well, that's a good thing.
Very good.
That's very good. You know what I hate is when stuff just goes to junk over the winter. We had a heck of a time getting him loaded there because, like I said, we redid this trailer and put some chemicals in this here tote, added a 4th pump, which we've had 4 pumps in here last year and they all work just fine, but seems as if our 55-gallon pump has no more sucky. I've tried everything. I've dumped water in there with it upside down and it just runs out. The pump does nothing. So Mr. Durapump is going back for warranty. I believe it's only 1 year old and they're gonna get us a new one, I guess, for free, which is good. It should. It lasts more than 1 year, and we didn't even have it in very corrosive chemical. It was just a additive, which I wouldn't think is too aggressive. Come on, Brody, those are my beans. Quit running on the roll. Look at him go. He's got a big 2,400-gallon load on there, so he's working. Anyways, we're not using this chemical yet, so I was able to pull the hose off, dip it in this tote, make that, or this 55-gallon drum, and make that work. But I gotta get that replaced. I'm sending Grandma to town to pick me up a new one. I better get mixing another load here before he needs some more. It's quite a process in here. I feel like a rocket scientist. But it involves math, and I don't like math, which is actually why I have a cheat sheet right here. So we always make basically the same batches, 128 acre load, which is 1,920 gallons total. So he comes back with a couple 100 gallons on him, so we're never stuck halfway down the field or something. We just mix up a 1920. It also is figured out to be like, what, 2.5 gallon jugs, so you're not like splitting jugs and stuff. So that's how we came up with that number, which works quite well actually. All right, I got him loaded up for the last load of the night, about 6 o'clock. Get back to the farm and see what the other guys are into. Dad's been working on the shack again with that contractor Eric and another guy, so we'll go see how far along they've gotten. That looks pretty good. Were you up there today?
No.
What'd you do?
I sat on the forklift seat and raised and lowered them.
What'd they all get done? Green side?
South wall, east wall, roof.
You have to do the west and the north yet?
Yeah, and there's no door. That ain't coming in for 2 more weeks. So,
Oh, at least for waterproofing.
pretty close, as long as the big tornadic wind don't tear that off. And it,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, my day wasn't too hard. I did take out three screws with a cordless drill. That's it. I've done more.
This is the second to the last one that needs to be emptied out. Just letting the sweep go around by itself and then get in there. Overexert yourself for another couple hours in there.
We're gonna wait till Monday when it's 102 degrees out, then we'll go in here.
Good plan. All right, guys. I think that's gonna be the end of the week and the end of the video. Next 2 days are like 95. I think the next day, Sunday, is like 103. And Monday is like also close to 100. So as far as spraying, all we could do is in the mornings, but we need to let that corn grow, get a little closer to canopy, and soybeans get a little bit bigger. So weekend off sounds great. Got to put a dock in and a boat in at Dad's place. So should be fun. Get to work in the heat anyways. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.